Hi everybody and welcome to Budget with Tiffany. I'm Tiffany. I'm so excited to have you here today. I'm going to be doing a cash unstuffing for the last week of April. I'm going to do my cash condensing, yay! And then I'm going to do my first cash stuffing for the month of May. So let me jump right in. How is everybody doing today? I am filming multiple videos on Friday after work. Very glad it's Friday. So got a lot of expenses, and actually wrote down the number wrong. 10,000. Wish it was only 1,000, but so up first, so a couple different times DJ and I got some cookies at our local co-op to just kind of have as, like, he bought some last night on his way home because he had to stop to pick up something else, and so I always just kind of take that out of date night. So went last week, earlier in the week, for $6, and then yesterday for $4, so that is $10. Me do the 20 and take a 10. So we got 20, 40, 50, 65. How do I have? It says I should have 64. So I just put it wrong. It should have been 65. So let me fix that. So 65. Mostly organized, but every now and then I still make a mistake. Groceries. So I went to Cub on Saturday for $23.44. Aldi for $25.52. Then when I was making dinner last night, I realized I didn't have enough spinach, so DJ stopped at the co-op on his way home and picked up spinach. I usually, for certain things, I don't like to buy stuff at the co-op because it's much more expensive, and spinach was one of them because it was $5 for a little small thing. So it ended up being, I rounded up to $54, so 50, and we'll take 10 and give myself back 6. So we got 50, 70, 95, 97, 98, 99. Okay. And then Tuesday at work, coworker asked if a bunch of us wanted to go out to lunch at a Vietnamese place. Most of us got some pho, and somebody else got like a banh mi sandwich, but with tax and tip and everything, it ended up being $16.15. So I've got $15 from my food envelope, and then I'm just gonna take $1 out of spending, and so that leaves the $50, $60, $70, $80 in spending. Figure don't generally go over on my eating out, and hardly ever actually go out to eat, but it happens. Let's see. In our longer term sinking funds binder, DJ bought a bunch of different things for coaching. So he got some food at Aldi for a track meet, some more food for track meet at Cub a few days later, because they had like 2 track meets last week. And then 2 of his throwers, he kind of quasi-volunteered them to run a hurdles event, and being throwers, they don't usually run, but they were short some people, and they get points for every event that they have somebody entered in, even if they don't, you know, win it or come in like second or third or anything. So these 2 girls said that they would do it, and kind of to encourage / thank them, he offered to buy them dessert. So for one of them, he bought 2 cookies at some, and I guess they were like pretty good sized cookies, but they were like 2 cookies for like $15.34. It's also possible he bought a cookie for himself. But, and then the other girl wanted a slice of cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory, but rather than trying to get the cheesecake and bring it to her, he just got her like a gift card. So it was $17.25, so it ended up being $53.40. I can't remember if I rounded up or not. So we've got 20, 40, 50, go with 54. So we got 100, 200, 300, 10, 15, 20, 320. So that is correct. And then in health, with DJ being sick, he pretty much used up all of our Dayquil and NyQuil. So I went to Walgreens and picked up some for $24.98. So I'll do 20, 5. So we've got 325. And then in toiletries, while I was at Walgreens, I bought, I have like those little floss pick thingies. I needed some more, and I normally buy them at Target, but since I'm still trying not to go to Target, I got them at Walgreens. So it was $2.44. So I rounded down to 2. So I've got 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 97, 98. In our annual sinking funds, the only thing we have in here is one of our credit cards charges an annual fee. Well, actually 2 of them, but one of them charged. So it was $95. I'm gonna take 100 and give myself back 5. So I got 50, 70, 95, which will be for the other one. And then in our home and pet binder, so it's primarily the retaining wall. So we paid half of the funds to the guy. It was like halfway through. He was like, oh, I should have gotten this from you like at the beginning, but it was like halfway through, and then we paid him the rest. So it was $46.25 times 2, so $9,250. Let's see. Nope, don't have that. So let me break this 10,000. 5,000, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. 250 $20, 20, 40, 50. So we got 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 500, 500, 600, 700, 800, 8,000. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 8,000. 20, 40, 65, 75, 85, 87. So $8,087 left. So quite a drop from when we first were saving, or before we started paying. But that's what we were saving for, so. Like I said, we still got to pay for the stairs, which I think he said is going to be like $6,000. So most of that's going to go away whenever the stairs get done. Let's see. And then in our pet binder, we had to pay for Q. So having her visit was $552.39. I'm going to do $552. So do the 1,052. So that should give me back $500. Break 1,000. So yeah, 5,000 or 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. So that is correct. So that'll cover, as I mentioned, in the reallocation of the savings challenges. She's got to get her teeth cleaned. So it's going to be about $800. So that'll cover that. And then up last in our business binder, I bought some laminating sheets. I bought some envelopes for mailing stuff, the little clear pouches to put the like savings challenges in, and something else. So it ended up being $50.58, and that was from Amazon. So let me go to materials. So it was $50.58, and I've got 20, 42, 44 from there. So I think it might be 6. Never remember if I round up or down. So we've got 5, 6 from giveaways. So we've got 20, 32. Nope, I rounded up, so 31. So I started out with $100 in here to make change. I think we'll use the calculator. So we got 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. 500, 1, 2, 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that was 39. So yeah, 1,109. It's like $1 to $2 short, but that's all right. I rounded up and down at different places, but that's what I have my little change buffer in my account for. So so that is the end of the cash unstuffing. Let me, let's see, put all of this back. Let me do the cash condensing part. So the only one in here I'm gonna do is, or from our regular variable expense binder, is spending. So we got 50, 60, 70, 80. So let me swap 2 10s for a 20. And then for our Friday challenge, we've got 100, 200, 20, 40, 50, 10, or 60, 70, 70, or 5, 7, 9, 80, 83. So 283. Yep, that is correct. And then in our 2025 challenge, we got 100, 200, 20, 40, 65, 67, 69, 70. $272 already in that one. Super exciting, especially since we just started it. And then we don't have anything specifically in section 3 because every time we complete one of the sections, I take it out. But we've already saved $1,550 out of 10,000, so yay. And then in our home and pet binder for drops, we've got 50, 60, 75, 80. Let's swap this for a 20. Gutters, we've got 50, 70, 90, 100. And we've got 10. Home insurance, we've got $500, $600, $700, $800, and $60. So we're all good there, which makes sense because I didn't add anything in this month. So it would have been still condensed from last time. So home maintenance, we've got 1,000, 500, 600, 700, 850. So we're all good there. Home miscellaneous, we've got 100, 200, 300, 400. 25, 27, 28. So 428. So many times I watch people when they're doing their condensing, and because they actually have to worry about taking cash back to the bank and making sure it's the right amount, you know, they have to be super careful of, but kind of glad I don't have to worry about it. And I write down how much is in each one, so that way I know exactly how much I should have and I don't mess up. So usually. So we got 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. So 8,000, 20, 40, 50, 70, 80, 587. So $8,087. It's got much thinner. Outdoors, got 100, 200, 300, 20, 45, 50. So 350. Property taxes, we've got 1,000, 2,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 10, 15, 17, 18. So nothing we can do there. Rough, we've got 100, 20, 40, 60, 85, 95, 200. Mind went blank for a second. 200. Food for kitties, we got 80, so all good there. Litter, we've got 20, 35, 37, 39, 40. Medicine, we've got 20, 40, 50, 75. Pet sitting, we've got 100, 50, 70, 90, 200. 20, 224, 25. So 225. That we've got 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. So 700, 800, 900. Annual expense binder, I think this should be good. We got 95, so yep. Car insurance, I think should be good. Nope. 100, 200, 300, 400, 50, 70, 80, so 480. Car registration, we've got 100, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 180. Christmas, I think it's still, yep, 70, so we're all good there. Coaching fees is 104, so nothing to do there. Gifts, we've got 150, 70, 90, 200. Hair, got 50, 75. Massage, which I'm getting one next weekend, excuse me. I've got 100, 50, 70, 90, 5, 96, 97, 98, 99. Yeah, I'm not gonna change it because I'm just gonna deal with it next week. So, 150, 170, 190, 210, 215, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 219. Tax prep fees. Just have 20, so we're all good there. You need a budget, just $2. Yoga is 40, so we're all good there. And then up last in our long-term sinking funds binder. Oh no, gotta do our business binder after this. So second to last is car maintenance. We got 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400. And 50, so 1,450. Clothing, we're still at 300, so we're all good there. Coaching, we've got 100, 200, 300, and 20. Health, we've got 100, 200, 300, and 25. New car, we got 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 20, 40, 60, 85, 95, 1,000. Yay. That's a few hundreds to work with. Opportunities, we've got 500, 600, 700, 20, 30, 45, 47, 49, 50. Throughout the month, I get lower and lower on the amount of like smaller denominations I have in my little bank over here, and so it's nice when I get to do the condensing and I can replenish and swap and make everything tinier in the envelopes and stuff. But so for tattoo, we've got 200, 22, 24, 25. Technology, we've got 100, 200, 50, 70, 90, 300. Toiletries, we got 50. I think I might just leave some smaller bills, but so I got 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 97, 98. Forgot I don't have 100 in here anymore anyway, so. And then travel, we've got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 400, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. $50, 70, 90, 600. 5, 10, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 4,620. And now last, got our business binder. So equipment, we just have 25, so all good there. Giveaways, we're at 31, so nothing to do there. HP ink, we've got 10, 15, 17, 18, 19. Materials is empty. Miscellaneous is empty. P.O. box, I think is good. Yep, 96. Shipping, got 12. 13. Shop small, we have a whole $1. Taxes, we've got 120, 40, 5, 53. So 153. And YouTube Premium is 18. So we're all good there. So that is it for cash condensing. Let me get reset and we'll do the cash condensing. So I'll be right back. Okay, so let me count for my cash stuffing. Today I am working with 500, 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2,000, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 15, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 34. So $2,134. So, and part of the reason I have so much is rather than, so in the past few months for like home projects, roof, and new car, I was spreading out the total amount that I was going to stuff for the month over like the 4 or 5 weeks. But I decided just to do it in the very first week, and then the other weeks will just be really cash stuffing the variable expense binder plus the long-term savings challenges, and then putting money towards the various savings challenge binders that I'm doing. So up first in our variable expense binder for dates, we've got 20, 40, 50, 65, and we carry forward 50. So I'm going to take 15 out and then add in the 25 for the coming week. So now we have 75. No idea if we'll get a chance to go out on a date. Like I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, or it might have been in the reallocation video, I can't remember. We're doing DJ's brother's memorial tomorrow, Saturday, and then he's got a bunch of like sports coaching stuff on Sunday, and then we'll be back to like, you know, work and all that stuff during the week. So I don't know if we'll get a chance, but we'll if we can. For eating out, we've got 50, 100, 10, 25, 27, 29. We carry forward 100. So I'm going to take the 29 out and then add in $60 for this coming week. So I've got 160. Gas, I did not spend my gas for the month of April, so I'm going to take the $40 out, and then I'm going to add in a new set of 40, which pretty sure I'm going to be filling up soon, so getting pretty low, definitely within the week or so. Groceries, we've got 50, 70, 95, 97, 98, 99, and we carry over 75, so I'm going to take 24 out, and then I'm going to add in $80 for this upcoming week. And this just allows for a buffer in these various categories in case we spend extra one week, especially with raising grocery prices and stuff. So got 50, 100, 20, 40, 55, so 155. Plus sometimes like if you just need to stock up, or like if I want to run to Costco or something. So I spent all the money in my food, so I'll just add in $15 for this coming week. And then for spending, we are adding $10. So we've got $90. And then our Friday challenge, We are starting on May, hard to believe. I'm gonna do $2 for today. So we've got 100, 200, 250, 70, 80, 284, 85. So 285 already. And then, our 2020 Friday challenge is from Becca at Becca Budget 777, as is our Save 25 in 2025 challenge. So I did confirm that I messed up and that last week I have no idea what I did, but so this week we're gonna add in 36. So we've got 100, 200, 250, 270, 290, 300, 5, 7, 8. So 308. And we are going to be doing the 5, the 10, the 18, and the 3. So. Yay, making good progress. If you count this one up there, got one block finished, but we'll finish it next week. And then in our Save 10,000 challenge, we're starting on section 3 this week, and this is from Amazing Ally Co. So we are adding in $100 today. And then in our home binder, as I said, we're just gonna add in money one time each month rather than a little each week. So today we are just adding the full $500 that I normally would stuff over the course of the month. So we got 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 500, 50, 70, 85, 87. So $8,587. And then same thing for rough. We're just gonna add in our 100, so we've got 300. And then the rest of the month we won't stuff these. We'll focus mostly just on that black binder. And then in our longer term sinking funds, we are just adding our $500 to a new car. So we've got $1,500 in there. And then for our mini Mondays, we are gonna add in $50 to play with this week. Our travel binder, we're gonna do 134. So 120, 32, 34. And so starting in May, I'm gonna do my travel binder every other week. So this week, the 3rd week, and the 5th week, since there's 5 Fridays in May, I'm counting it as there's 5 weeks for me. And then on weeks 2 and week 4, I'm gonna be starting a new binder. I'm gonna be doing a month ahead binder, so I'm super excited about that. And our debt binder, we are gonna do 200. 200, and then we not going to be doing that. Used to doing that, but taking what we didn't spend and putting it towards the debt binder, but I'm not going to do that today. In our long-term sinking funds binder, we're doing $282. So 200, 50, 70, 82. And then this is, I reallocated this binder to be my month ahead binder. And so what I'm gonna do is, so this week I'm not actually putting any money from our cash stuffing to the month ahead binder, but what I decided to do to try to get a good jump on it and get it moving faster is potentially all or majority of the money that I don't spend in a given month or a given week from our variable expense binder that we're putting towards our debt, I'm going to be putting in here to help make our month ahead go a little faster. So we are going to be adding 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 95, 100, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So 108. And so next week when I do my cash stuffing, I will put the money that I plan to put in here, and then so we'll have that plus the 108 plus whatever we might have left over next week that I didn't spend, so we didn't spend. So that'll definitely help get a good momentum on our month ahead. And our goal is, I think we're gonna try to get, so we have, if based on the categories that we're actually gonna do in our month ahead, we probably have like 3 to 4 months in our emergency fund. And I kind of looked at it that like the likelihood that both of us would end up being out of work is pretty minimal. And there's a lot of expenses that we would drastically cut if one or both of us lost a job. So I'm focusing really on like our main bills, like mortgage, property taxes and home insurance, car insurance, our utilities, internet, phone, things like that. I'm not doing like groceries and stuff like that. Because I figure even if for some reason both of us lost our job, like we could always do like gig work and stuff. So, so we already probably have like 3 to 4 months in our emergency fund. So I kind of want to do maybe like another 6 months or so, maybe even so that we'd end up at like a year of being able to cover like our main expenses. It's going to take a long time to do, but we figure, you know, having a good emergency fund / month ahead. I mean, technically, when it comes to like how we budget, we're already a month ahead because we always are budgeting based on money that we earned the prior month. But this will basically just be added to our emergency fund, so make that bigger. So yeah, so looking forward to that. So let's see, this will post on Sunday. So tomorrow, Monday, will be our mini Monday and our travel binder. And then Thursday will be our debt binder. Friday will be our long-term savings challenge binder. And then we'll come back to our weekly reset next Sunday. So, but yeah, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.